Hey, what was that?
Oh, no, she didn't.
Wait. Honey, you don't know my baby. Don't get your ass kicked, all right?
Then I'm gonna run down to my car, get the club off the steering wheel, come back up here, and get the swinging. Basically, that's all. Hey, guys, say bye to the television. That's right. All right, now.
Yo, what up, Nicholas? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live from Dnipropetrovsk, Ukraine. And that was a small clip from Martin. Just in case you want to know which episode that was, because I'm a huge Martin fan. You guys have no idea. Just in case you want to know what episode that was episode 22, season 2. Okay? Your, Mine, and Ours. That's what it's called. Season 2, episode 22, Your, Mine, and Ours. Now, I saw that clip and it immediately reminded me of my first girlfriend in Russia, right? First girlfriend in Russia, like when I first came to Russia. And then it brought the question to my head that I want to ask you guys. Do you guys like dating, for the guys that are like men, the males, the straight ones, or bisexual? Do you guys like dating tough girls? Do you like dating tough girls? And what I mean by tough, I don't necessarily mean like, you know, the stereotypical black girl just in your face want to fight. I mean the type of girl who could give off intimidation even when being feminine. Basically similar to how Gina just did it. She was very feminine. She didn't make a deep voice, nothing. She was just, and everybody was just gone. Because this reminds me of a situation I had with my first girlfriend. Like, I told you guys about her, like every girl respected her and somehow every girl knew she was my girlfriend. I'd be sitting with like 10 girls at a table, hanging out and stuff with my friend George. In Moscow, it was always me and George and at least 6 girls. I'd be sitting with everybody, blah, blah, talking. Soon as Dasha came, she'd sit down, they'd all just split or just immediately just change who they're talking to. Every time, and I don't know how they knew or exactly what she was doing, but they always knew, and no one ever stepped out of line with her except for this one girl. Just one girl, this one time. I remember, I was in one of my favorite spots called My Bar in Moscow. And you know, I'm sitting there chilling, and for some reason in this bar, people always recognize me. Even ran into Limp Bizkit in this bar. Not Fred Durst, but the other band members, and like we kind of had this, it wasn't really beef or nothing, but it was a little situation over the 2 girls I came with, because there were times in Moscow I'd hang out with 2 girls and I'd leave with the 2 girls that I came with. And I guess they were trying to, party with the girls I came with. The girls were interested in meeting them, but they weren't interested in leaving with them. I'll get to that in another story, but needless to say, they left with me. But what was I saying? Yeah. So I'm sitting there dancing, whatever. By myself, kind of got my 2-step going in my head, nodding with the drink in my hand. And there's this girl across from me staring at me, but as usual, it doesn't mean anything. I'm like, all right, maybe she knows me from the videos, or maybe she's interested because I'm a black guy or something, whatever. She's drunk. When people are drinking, they always approach me, they always talk to me, and the people who know me from my YouTube page always say something when they're drunk. They always, oh, you're Philko, drink stuff, all the time, right? So, I'm standing there, she's still staring, and I guess Dasha noticed, and like she gave me a kiss or 2, whatever. She gave me kisses and stuff to show that, you know, we're together. You know, I kiss her whenever she wants to, it doesn't matter, right? So I'm standing there, getting my groove on, whatever, in my little corner, doing my thing, and she approaches me, like kinda in front of Dasha. Now, Dasha wasn't directly next to me, but Dasha was watching. And so she approached me and says something, and then she goes back. I didn't understand what she said the first time, so she goes back, and I'm like, all right, I'm just ignore it, keep going. So Dasha comes closer to me, close enough so that if the girl came back and said something again, she would understand what the girl said. The girl comes back in front of Dasha and says some shit like, you know, I can treat you very well, or something like this with a crazy accent, but something in the aspect that she can treat me better than Dasha can. And then as soon as she did that, I swear to God, my world froze. Because I'm just happy she wasn't on the floor before she got the last word out. I was just so happy that Dasha didn't give it an illest Shinyukin at that moment. So only thing I remember saying, sometimes when I'm drunk, I speak too much slang, or I may use English that most people don't understand, but it's a bad habit I have. So the first thing I said was, you know, there's advantages to being alive. Like, don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. That's all I remember. I kept saying after I said, being alive has its advantages. Don't do it. Just over there, don't do it. I just kept doing that. I was basically begging her to live, aka leave me the fuck alone. Of course, I turn around to Dasha. Dasha's ready to go. I'm like, baby, oh, come on, Dasha, you know, don't do anything. She's just drunk, whatever. And Dasha wasn't playing that. And when I saw this, it reminded me of that. And I do like a protective girlfriend from other girls. I do like it, but sometimes it goes too far. Like this one time I was in a like my first time ever in Russia. It was like my first 2 weeks. Cause first time I went for 2 weeks. Second time I went for a month. I got no work, no luck. Like nobody was trying to give me classes. They're like, oh, you know, you don't have any degrees or nothing. But then I went back to New York for 4 months, got my YouTube channel up, came back, was supposed to do a tour for 6 weeks, ended up being a tour for 10 months. So I fucked that whole theory up. You're not gonna get anywhere. Yeah, I did my thing. So the third time I came back was for 10 months and shit. But this is the first time, the very first time, when I was only here for 2 weeks. I was standing there, some girl just grabbed my ass, and I'm like, baby, my baby's like, what happened? I'm like, Dasha, some girl just grabbed my ass. And she kind of looked and noticed the girl who did it, because she was like looking back trying to get my attention, and she immediately just charges. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And I like had to kind of grab her, spin in a circle. I'm like, baby, what the fuck's that? Nobody should be grabbing your fucking ass. No one should be grabbing your fucking ass. I'm like, it's a girl, I'm a guy. I know you don't like it, but it's not that serious. It's not. She's like, so what if some guy grabs my ass? I'm like, that's completely different. You're a girl. You know, if a guy's grabbing your ass, he's taking advantage of this simple fact that he's bigger and stronger than you naturally, and he's a man, he has more testosterone. Odds are if the average guy fights the average girl, the average guy is gonna win. So scientifically speaking, he's taking advantage of you, so that'll be different. But this girl is grabbing my ass. I can handle her physically, so with her, it's a different situation. You understand? I can understand if it was some 7'3" volleyball player girl smacking the hell out my ass. I'm like, ow, you're an asshole. You know, that's different. But it's just some normal girl grabbed my ass. So, you know, she kind of went off. That, in that situation, it was a little too much for me. But let me know what you guys think. And there's a difference between being protective, tough, or jealous, right? Some girls are just really jealous for no reason. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the kind of girl who's either mentally or physically tough, basically saying that most girls respect her because they feel that girl has power over them, whether it's physical or mental. You know what I mean? Or even spiritual, whatever power. Like, she just intimidates other women, whether it's her looks. Like, you know who else was intimidating, but in a different way? Olga. She was extremely intimidating to other girls. Olga was extremely intimidating. Mostly because of her boobs. That's why most girls didn't like her. But she was very intimidating to other girls because she was so beautiful. The way she behaved, nah. Not her behavior. Dasha had the behavior, Olga had the boobs. You know, they're very intimidated. No one was really intimidated by Crazy Face. Everyone just liked her because she was so much fun. No one's intimidated by her. And that's really it. As for Sasha, no one's intimidated by Sasha. She was too small, blonde, and cute. Everyone liked her. And everybody just wanted to fuck her. Like, everybody's like, oh, this girl's so hot. That's your girl. I'm like, yeah, dude, get out of here. Like, everybody was trying to fuck Sasha. And she's like a cute little sexy ass Barbie doll. And everybody wanted that girl. I remember that shit. And because she seemed kind of ditzy, they thought she was easy. So a lot of guys tried. So that's basically it, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you like dating tough girls? What's your opinion on it? And if you're a girl, do you like being intimidating to other women? Whether it's because you're sexy, mentally strong, or smart, whatever, let me know. I'm out. Later.